Welcome to Mechanical Advantage Garage. I'm Kerry, and today we got 57 Corvette content. A good friend of mine has agreed to tune our Holley Sniper, which has been in learning mode for quite a few months. So we're going to drive the car over to him, and he's going to hook up a laptop, and hopefully we're going to optimize the car and see how it runs, see if we can get a little extra horsepower out of it, see if we can get some better drivability out of it. Pretty much just see if we can make it a better car. And plus we'll get to look at his cool shop and his race car stuff, because he just won World Cup Street Finals last year while on fire. So who knows, maybe we'll get to see his burnt up LS powered Mustang. But yeah, let's hop in the 57 and get going. Not make these cars for tall people, I will tell you
They
that.
didn't, everybody was 5'7".
Hang on.
You know how to get it?
I do. Let's, we're rolling. Let's get the sniper out here. Hang on a second. Alright. Can't, screen's not up. Oh, there it is. Monitor. Well, that just starts right up, doesn't it?
All the time, 2 turns.
Multi-gauge, vitals. There we go. And what are we at here?
Oil pressure.
Oil pressure is 55 and climbing.
It's got to be hot air. Oh yeah, there it goes.
Fan off.
I'm gonna get those new knobs.
Okay.
I have to look up one for the.
Got AFR is 12.9, 13.
Yeah, but it's going to be in the 13s and leaving at 14. Anybody coming? No.
Clear the side. Clear.
See, this isn't 40 miles that we went because the speedometer is reading slower.
Oh, so you think it's, well, if it's 10 miles an hour slower, should we just add 10 miles to it?
Okay, yeah, so we went 50.
Okay, well that's
So-
enough to get us to...
Well, the car's been getting like 10 miles a gallon because I couldn't figure it out. But
You think it's 10 miles to the gallon, or you think it's more?
yeah, because I just did it in my head, and I said that's wrong.
Yeah.
If it takes 4 gallons, that's 10 miles a gallon, right?
Right.
I was just going to grab a 6 gear.
And not on this transmission. It'll remind you if you do.
No, it's got a lockout. You have to go to neutral to get into reverse.
Yeah, but it drops into neutral automatically. Are we stopping for fuel here?
Yes,
or are we going?
yes, right now. I learned that lesson. I don't want, it's easier for us to put gas in than it is to be on the side of the road. Let me tell you, when this car runs out of gas, boom, it just stops. It doesn't even give you like a carburetor, you know, enough power to get over to the side. I can't, I gotta go around.
.2. What'd it take?
5.2.
5.2 gallons for roughly 40 miles?
For 50.
Oh, 50 miles. So that's a little under 10 miles per gallon.
Yeah, but we don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet. Your strap's hanging down in the front.
Yeah, I know. But that's
Okay.
why it doesn't come off when I'm driving the car.
All right. We got good oil pressure.
Oh, I know that. Had a 411. It was a 4-speed.
What do you mean you don't remember driving 4 speeds?
4 speeds. When I drive this car,
Yeah.
if you don't hit 5th gear, it feels like the old days. Because it is. Because the ratios are the same.
Okay.
And so when you hit 5th, and it drops all the way down, you could see that was an overdrive gear.
Yeah. But what about your 409? You said that 411.
You'd be driving around 3,000 RPM all the time.
And it was no big deal.
Oh, everybody had that.
Yeah. So I wonder if part of the reason why modern cars are more reliable
Is
is
that
you're not stressing everything
Yeah.
on the highway, because those speed limits were 75 miles an hour back then. So if you had a good set of gears in it, you were,
You were revving.
4,000 RPM
Yeah.
on the highway for long stretches. And getting terrible fuel mileage because of it. So, I don't know.
Because this car, you use the first 4 gears in this type of traffic.
Yeah.
You don't use 5th.
Right.
So it's like the old days.
In some senses, the old days, the highways didn't even come out.
They didn't have 75 speed limits. They had 65.
They had 65 in New York?
Yeah, that was fast.
Yeah.
Maybe 60.
Well, the rest of the country had 75.
I don't know.
They lowered the national speed limit from 75 to 55. That was the DOT in what, 78 or 79?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we got? 182.
Yeah, that's going to go down.
Yeah. What, you talking about foot room for you?
Yeah, I fit in here without a seat back. The way you do it with you should have put the sheepskin back over. That's why I brought it.
Oh, I don't know where the sheepskin is.
It's in the trunk. I use it over the fenders when I'm working on the car.
Okay, but wait. So how tall are you? You're
6 foot.
You're 6 foot.
Yeah.
Didn't you used to be 6'1"?
Yeah, you get old.
Okay. So I'm 6'5", so I have
Yeah.
5 inches longer.
Taller.
taller.
But you're bigger in front.
Yeah, well, that too, but
That's it. It hasn't made a noise since you got out of this seat.
oh, you mean well, yeah, because the car leans one way when I'm in it and another way when you're in it.
It's too close. It's too close.
Yeah.
I got to take that bolt out anyway.
Well, we'll put it up on the lift when we get there. But see, it has enough room for you.
It's you know how I drive. I drive with the seat all the way back.
Yeah, I know. But you know, when I'm driving this, the shifter's under my knee.
Yeah, we can move that.
And it's not under your knee.
They make a new, go on Zip, they make all shapes.
Well, we could just move this over from one to the other, but that's not the point. The point is my legs are longer, too.
Yeah, but if you turn it around,
yeah,
it would bolt the same, but the shifter would be up here.
Yeah. Oh, another Corvette. That was a 65.
That was a 2.
The C2, yeah. What, in the St. Patrick's Day Parade?
Yeah, with us in the parade. The guy said, "Oh, what year is that?" So I had Kira was with me, and I told her everybody's going to say something, even if you don't understand what they're saying. Say 57.
Yeah.
Just say 57.
Because that's what they're asking. Usually, what they're asking is the year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And that was all. So we got there in front of the assessment thing, and I said to the guy, and the guy said, "What year is that?" So she said 57, and he says, Guy Pirno from Montauk, because he had a sheet of everybody in the parade.
Right.
Goes, that's Guy's car, a 57 Corvette, beautiful. And everybody was saying, burn out. I didn't, so I revved the engine.
Yeah.
And they went, whoa, because it has a sound.
Yeah.
I didn't rev it high, I just did whoa, wobble. And they went, holy crap, that's a real engine. And the guy behind me had a 6-cylinder 54.
Yeah.
The V6, it was a Pontiac, is that what it was?
No, it would have been a Chevy, because that was the kit car with the Nova engine,
Yeah.
What, the 62 that they have?
Yeah. It's a different car. This is just for riding around, it's not for going 100.
Well, their car was just a different car for that, but unfortunately, you know, he let every kid in that household drive it, and we did stupid things with it. So,
yeah, but then they changed the. What trainer you got in there?
I don't know if I think he still has a TH350 or a TH400. I don't know if it has a. It's an automatic.
It's an automatic. Yeah.
It was originally a stick car. It was a 4-speed car originally, and I think it still has the pedals too. But. I don't know if they put an overdrive in it, if they put a 700 R4 in it or not. They should have, because, you know.
They put that 383 in, which is a 400 with a 350 crank.
So that car, I think, had 323 gears. It didn't have big, tall gearing, right? So the way they compensate for that was to put in a big engine and, you know, as much horsepower as they could.
Oh, I don't know about that. They took it to the track.
Yeah.
And Darren drove it. His father drove it.
Yeah.
And he got into, I'm going to say he did 12 or 13. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Darren got in it and took half a second off, or a second off.
Yeah.
Because he knows how to jump the light.
And, and he knows how to shift it right and when and all that, so.
Yeah, so it's a fast car. It's in the 12s.
Yeah.
It may even be in the 11s.
I don't know, though. I think once this car is tuned, it might be there, too.
I wouldn't push it. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in the drag strip. I'm not interested in beating it. It's an old car. It's got old parts.
Yeah,
They
it's got
have
new
life.
parts too.
Yeah, they have life. Yeah, it does.
Oh, on the new Sniper, the throttle. Yeah, so we had to put that throttle kit on it to get drivability because the tip-in was really quick.
Yeah.
So
They changed that.
yeah, well, the new Sniper, which the new Sniper is supposed to be real good, but you know, let's tune this one and see how good it is.
It is good. Better than the carburetor.
Yeah.
I kept telling you that. So carburetors are good. Not that.
No, carburetors are accessible. It's not the same thing as good, right? You have a problem with a Sniper, and that's it. You have a tow truck.
What?
Yeah, so you have a problem with a Sniper. The next problem you have is a tow truck, right? You have a problem with a carburetor. You can do things that like can limp it back, you know. So I'm not. The efficiency of fuel injection appeals to me. You get better mileage. It starts
You can
easier.
tune it better.
Drive it, you can get more power out of it.
You tune
in
it
all
better.
areas. Yeah, you tune it better, right? But the expense is the big holdup. Like the Sniper kit for my car is $1,600.
Yeah, but that was more for this. I paid more.
Well, you also bought the CDI box and the distributor and the timing and everything. And I'll probably end up doing that too, so it'll probably end up being more than that. But your base kit was $400 less than mine's going to be. And it's still $1,600, right?
You need it.
A brand new Quadrajet is $400.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
It isn't the same, you know.
This is it's gonna run much better.
Oh, what? Oil pressure?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're at 30. And what do we got on the Sniper panel? So you're at 13.5 air fuel and 860 RPMs at idle.
Yeah.
And 182, you can hear the fans go on, so. Oh, that's a Bentley Speed, too. They gave us a thumbs up.
Yep, I saw him. What did I rev it to? I kept it low. 4,000?
Yeah, about that. Here. We're at Darren's shop. Car ran great. All right, let's check it out.
Incident's coming. My brake handle.
What's up, Mr. World Champion? You're used to the 62.
Yeah.
Wait till you sit in this interior.
Here's why.
All right.
What the hell do they have that for? There's a company that makes it. I did it. And they take 3.5 inches in the wheel. It's right against the. You can get it, man.
Can you buy another car and then cut it and weld it?
That's what. No, you just buy a 58 up. 58 up had, I don't know if it's weld anything. But I can get the 5 tilt from, who's that company?
Flaming River?
Yeah, Flaming River. It goes bolts in. And it doesn't have the 2 inches. It takes the 2 inches out, so it gets rid of that. Anyway, there you go. It's the Tremor.
Does it work?
Yeah, it does work.
That's what I used to mine. It doesn't work.
Right. Well, the passenger works the same as the 62. Actually, is the 62 here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It just came back yesterday. Wow, this steering wheel does kind of suck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
really. Tell me about it. And we got the 15 inches. A horror. I put the extension on the Sniper, so I had to cut a hole in the air cleaner for it to clear.
Right.
But it made it much better, but it still stinks. The new Sniper too, they got rid of the problem.
Yeah, I haven't done one yet. I'm waiting to do one. So hopefully not.
They changed it. It's only 4-wire hookup there.
Yeah, and they fixed the computer and all kinds of stuff. Is it a what's trim?
It's the TKX.
TKX.
Yeah.
And it fits.
Yeah, bolts right in.
Really?
They had to mill that much off the top of the case, and they'll sell you one that's already done.
They sent me the transmission, a balanced drive shaft. They gave me a lot of parts, right?
Well, we bought a whole installation kit from.
What about the clutch linkage? Does it use the factory one?
Yeah, it's the fact it stinks.
Yeah.
It's the old.
I don't know if they converted it to hydraulic.
No,
So while we're here, we might as well visit the Barone's 62 Corvette, and also Darren's Fox body.
Moving.
Yep. That's it.
Clean.
I mean, it's brand new.
Yeah.
It's like 1,600 miles on it.
yeah, we reset the.
So they didn't have a. Yeah, that's the only problem with the Sniper distributor. They don't have a tach drive for it.
There's a tack signal out of the Sniper ECU, though.
Yeah, but you can't get the factory dash to work. It's cable driven.
They sell a tack for it.
Who does?
For this car.
Oh, yeah.
Corvette Central sells you a tack that's electronic.
aftermarket one.
Yeah, yeah, but it looks factory. It's
Does it?
yeah.
I'm putting in the what is it called? Decoder digital. I'm gonna put the whole decoder. Then I get gauges I can read with lights. Everything works. You take each gauge, harness. It goes into one box. You put the ground there. You put the power there. It's easy to mount.
You might want to wait because I think, like, if you probably wait until around PRI comes out, I think they're doing the CAN modules. That's going to be all CAN bus. So there's no wiring to it anymore.
What do you mean?
So like the Sniper's CAN bus, right? This is
Yeah.
This is CAN bus, like a laptop.
Yeah.
So that 4-wire connection will be the only thing you plug into the dash, and it displays everything.
On the decoder digital.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what
pretty
I want.
sure they're doing CAN integration on the decoders.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Then you don't have to do anything. You literally put it in there, you give it power, ground, and the CAN. It takes everything from the Sniper.
And it puts it up there. This car took a big jump. At 1,000 miles, it was doing 12.3 to 13. All of a sudden, like 1,000 miles, I get in the car, it's 13.3, 14. So now the range went up to, so
It leaned itself out.
yeah, leans itself. It stinks. It was running real rich.
Yeah.
Real rich.
Yeah, they always do it like that because they know it'll run rich, it won't run lean, and then they'll lean it over time.
What do you usually run about? 14?
With these?
Yeah.
On a Vortec motor, mine's like 15L.
It
At
is.
cruise?
I thought at 18 you were melting the engine.
I mean, it'll just start to burp on you. It won't run.
So
But
you
I'll
run
lean
them
them
about
out.
15?
Yeah, on cars like this, yeah, I'll lean cruise them around 50.
Wait, so what does 62 have?
Sniper.
It has a Sniper?
Yeah.
Oh, show us the setup.
It doesn't have ignition control. It's just fuel
Okay.
only.
Was it smart for me to buy the distributor from
Yes.
them? And
Yeah, I wish I had the distributor on this car, but I'm not going to do it until I go to the Sniper 2 with it, or this car changes to a newer style engine.
There's a 383,
Yeah.
400 with a 350 crank.
Yep.
Who built it? Blueprint?
Blueprint.
How do you like it?
It's good.
Is this a Vortec head?
It's a Vortec head.
Oh,
Same thing you have. It's just a steel head.
Those are
You have
best
aluminum.
heads around.
Oh yeah.
Once they changed the valve angle, they knew that was
Of course.
it. That they knew that was it. Oh,
This has actually got a nitrous plate underneath the Sniper also.
Well, how big a shot of nitrous?
It's about 125.
Okay.
And the Sniper does all the fuel, so if you look at where the fuel solenoid would go, it's all capped off.
Oh,
this
I
is
see.
manual? The brake?
Brakes, yes. It's a Willwood manual kit.
I got a master cylinder, double master cylinder there, and it's manual. I gotta go to discs, the drums.
This is a nice kit. This is the Willwood 12-inch.
Yeah.
4-piston? 4 or 6-piston.
Wow.
They're pretty nice brakes.
Yeah. What
It's
did you have on this?
It was like that single piston, like 1970s.
Camaro. It's the Camaro single piston.
Yeah.
Of course, you could put stock wheels on it.
Right.
That's why.
Right.
Yeah, actually, Bobby said you still had that kicking around.
I threw it out finally. It was sitting here and I had to get rid of it.
Well, because we were going to put it on that car.
Oh, we would have put her on that car.
What? Those brakes?
Yeah.
They were junk.
Oh, they
Don't even
were?
waste your time.
Okay.
Honestly, they were crap. Just go buy like a Willwood kit. They're so much
How hard
nicer.
is that to put on?
It's not hard.
Well, you did the
This-
suspension on this thing.
This
too.
is the whole front frame is redone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. This is the
So
model.
that's
Yeah,
that's
that's-
a little different, but the brake kits, yeah, they're easy.
They're easy.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
I mean, you probably could, but it's nicer on the lift.
Yes.
Because you're gonna have to do brake lines and get underneath here, and it's kind of cumbersome to get into these things. So
Okay.
Wait, it's all the whole car?
the whole thing.
Oh, so you have the flat screen panel.
So this is if you look at the dash, that's a 12.3 Holley dash,
Really?
and the whole thing is CAN bus.
Wow.
It tells you everything from fuel level to pitch, roll, yaw data to.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Oh, that is neat.
I've
Look
got
at the size of the dash in there.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yes, that's great.
It's all touch. You can turn things on with it.
Yeah.
And how hard was that to hook up? Nothing.
That
Yeah.
is power ground and CAN. You can actually put that dash on a Sniper. I have one for the Corvette.
Do you really?
Because it's literally just a CAN plug. I'll show you how it works.
That's
It's very
great.
simple. And even that switch panel in there is CAN bus. So all those controls and all these things double. Can you turn the ignition off? Different buttons. Trans fan, water pump. And then this has the Holley Smart Water.
Whoa.
See this? Yeah, it's pretty wild.
What does that do?
That is a neat idea. Did you come up with that where you put it in the roll bar?
A lot of guys do it, but I just decided to do it with this car.
Yeah.
So that unit right there is what they call PDM. It's like the aviation uses now. So there's no circuit breakers, there's no fuses, there's no nothing. That's all virtual.
So it sees the fault, it shuts
Yep.
off, and then it.
And it'll retry for you if you program it that way.
Yeah.
So it'll do everything internally. So like your fans, your water pumps, your whatever you want, your lighting, everything in this car is done out of that smart wire, and it's CAN bus to the Dominator. So the computer will tell that what to do when to do it. So I have dump valves on the transmission. All that stuff is regulated by the smart wire.
This is coilover. This is camber and
Camber caster.
caster.
They're
That's-
double adjustable. And that's
Yeah, I
it.
see that. You gotta find somebody who align it for you,
Yeah.
or you use a piece of string.
I use a piece of string. Actually.
Yeah, that's why we did that. And it's fine.
Pour
So.
that on.
Wait, what do you mean the motor makes 300 horsepower without the turbo?
It literally does.
So it's a
That's
5.3, right?
It's actually a 6-liter.
How
It's a 6-liter?
Yeah.
How
Truck
many
block?
inches boost?
Last year we were around 42 pounds of boost.
Oh, wait a second. So you take it and times 4.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
Pretty
talking
much,
about
yeah.
1,200 horsepower.
More than that.
Yeah.
More than that,
Yeah.
but I do it in my head.
It would be there roughly, but there's a couple other factors
Well,
that affect it.
it really would be 14 pounds in 1 atmosphere.
1 bar.
So
Yep.
yeah, so if you cut 42, forget it.
So wait, 72 or 77 millimeter turbo? You said
76.
76.
Yeah, the class regulates us to a 76.
Okay.
So
And-
to keep the heads on the thing, we got to put 1/2-inch head studs in it. It's
Yeah.
fire ringed.
Wow.
because it likes to blow the heads off of the typical LS problem.
That is a problem with them?
Yeah, so
Gaskets, I get.
yeah.
Well, you're running 42 psi.
Yeah.
So.
But they limit me for my weight rules.
Yeah.
They limit me to an OEM cylinder head, and the problem with the OEM cylinder head is there are only 4 bolts per each chamber.
Yeah.
LSX goes to 6 bolt. So
okay.
they try to help that, but I can't use them for my class.
Wait, which class is this in?
It's Super Street and World Cup.
Super Street World
World
Cup.
Cup finals.
Yeah. Well, that's what
When's
you
the
won
next
last year.
Calverton?
I think they're starting at the end of August. 3,000 pounds. I guarantee we can go 200 with stock manifold.
You went 181 last year.
Those manifolds are pretty designed.
They're just truck LS manifolds.
Yeah,
Well, this is
but
a truck
they-
block,
they-
right?
They
This
look
is just
almost.
an LQ4 or something?
LQ9
LQ9,
or whatever. They're all
yeah.
the same, all the iron blocks.
Yeah.
It's just an iron truck block.
It doesn't even look like it was on fire.
No, because I repainted the engine bay and
Yeah.
re-welded everything. Like, there was a lot of damage.
Yeah, that I can imagine.
The whole wire harness had to be redone. We obviously put cannon plugs on it now, so everything's quick disconnect.
Oh, that's awesome.
You unplug the EGT probes on the firewall, undo the 2 cannon plugs, undo the 2 Wiggins, fuel lines, and the motor comes out with the wire harness on.
You have to do that. You really do, because you do it enough.
Yeah, you could, if you're at the track, you can get this engine changed in an hour and a half.
Really? Get out of here.
These headers are beautiful. They're for factory cast iron. They look like, a hot rodder design.
Yeah. I just take them off a truck, flip them over, and put V-bands on them. And they were made for EGT probes, if you ask me. So they usually have a heat shield over them.
Yeah.
That's where the heat shield bolts to the exhaust manifold. I drill the
Somebody
bolts
was
out
thinking-
and put EGT probes in
Yeah,
it.
That's
It
brilliant.
almost looks like it's made for it.
Right.
Don't you? No, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. I thought there was a distance you had to come, like.
There is, as long as I've done a lot of EGT probes in different people's cars, and distance does play a role. But what's more important to me is as them being all even.
That's right.
That's what's important.
That's
because if
exactly
we're
right.
looking for cylinder to cylinder variations, that's what I'm concerned with, rather than is it 1100 degrees versus 1200 degrees.
No, you want to see that they're level.
Right.
Is my friends put they balance the injector on the aviation engines on this IO 550 Continental, and they use, I forget the name of the use. They use special ones. They do it for your engine, so it's balanced.
Right.
And when you get in and you look at the EGT, you say, hey, this isn't working. They're all reading the same. Because that's how good they are.
Oh, yeah.
It works on Continentals, not unlike Honeys. Continentals have a balanced intake, a balanced exhaust,
Right.
and it works much better with that. But I like Honeys.
They do very similar stuff with this. The same thing. The injectors are all billet. They're made by Billet Atomizer. They're all flow matched to within like 0.5% of each other.
Yeah, right.
So they're a lot of money, but they work very well in that aspect.
What is a lot of money? If you're in this,
Yeah,
a
exactly.
lot of money.
A lot of money doesn't really matter.
I mean, this is a budget car, and it still has to be 6
Technically,
figures,
yes.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a budget.
Yeah.
car.
Yeah. It's
There's
the
nothing
difference
on this
between.
car that hasn't been touched.
Yeah.
I'd say the roof, but you stood on it last year.
It's bent up pretty good, but the
Yeah.
cage stopped it from going totally in.
Right.
Last time I saw, I don't remember if it was this car. Was that Raceway Park, Englishtown?
It might
I
have been.
flew in. I flew in that day, and a whole group of people there, and we were.
This might have been there.
Oh, okay.
I got this car in 2013.
Yeah, you
So,
done.
Yeah.
Could have been.
I was there.
Yeah, I remember you got this right before I moved.
Yeah, 2013, 2014, around there.
Yeah. Well, I moved in May of 2013. And I think you had just bought this.
Yeah.
Like Bobby told me you just bought this.
Yeah, it's changed a little bit. It used to be Ford powered, now it's not. Had to go faster, right?
Right. Yeah, we're just hooking up.
So this is the CAN cable. That's
Okay.
all it is.
That's
This
it. That little.
That's it. That 2-wire strand right there is a data bus. And
Yeah.
that's how the Pro Dash is, that little dash, all that stuff works off of this.
Yeah.
That's how they can get CAN information to go over the dash and give you every reading that
What does
sniper's
CAN
seeing.
stand for? Computer
Controlled Area Network.
Controlled area.
You know, like a LAN
Yes.
at your house with
Yeah.
your Wi-Fi? It's the same thing, but it's through wiring.
I'll tell you the thing that used to tick me off about the CAN bus system in the Audi is the Germans. They always think that they're smarter than their own good.
Yeah.
So they'll run like, this is the thing that used to drive me nuts. All the German cars run single stage filament bulbs now, or LEDs. And what they do is instead of having a dual stage bulb and redundant wiring and the whole thing for tail light, turn signal, brake light, they just vary the amperage and voltage across the wire. And that's how they get the different lighting scenarios. You know, so when you get water in one, it takes out the whole light,
Right.
and it's a $500 thing.
They do that with
instead
the
of a
pumps and
bulb
stuff too now.
Yeah, they
It's
do
all
that with
varied
everything.
voltage.
This is my
You know.
double.
And I probably have to
master
take that
cylinder.
part out.
That's what I had.
Oh, you had two lines?
That's what. Not two of them. I only had. I
Yeah,
had
this is double line.
Oh, yeah, double line. I did. I had the same master.
Oh, so that's
On the old one.
The old one only
Yeah.
had single
Yeah.
line. But they did this. The way they did it, it looks like it'd be easy to hook up the.
Yeah, it's all
the
new.
brakes.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard. They got a junction block. They've got individual lines going to it.
What did they give you in the kit? A spindle or?
Well, that kit changed the whole arm, but yeah, I would imagine like if Willwood makes a kit or whoever makes a kit, it's going to be a spindle, the brake itself, the hat, the rotor, the brackets.
So that's a backyard job.
Yeah, it's not too hard. Take a couple hours.
All right, so where does this hook into?
So all snipers have the cam line right here. They make it easy.
Yeah, you pull it up.
This guy?
Yeah. The brown wire's in there, right? That's for the.
Right. Is that what
That's
it
your
is?
can high low, and they have power and ground. There's 4 wires on this one because it's got to power that little dash.
Yeah.
So this, I'm not powering a little dash. I'm using a laptop. You don't need the power and ground.
Okay.
So you just disconnect your little dash, and you hook up
The big dish.
the big
The
dash.
laptop.
Yep. Or if you had a Pro Dash or you had a CAN-based sensor, this is where you would go into it.
And that's still. Is the part that you pulled up? Does they talk about the brown wire for the tack? And,
That's not a part of this.
oh, it's
That's
not.
in the other harness.
Oh, which is the other harness?
That's the main harness for the sniper.
Oh.
This is just CAN. That's
Okay.
all it is.
Okay.
That's
There's
just
no-
for the screen.
Just for the screen, a laptop, a Pro Dash, whatever you're going to run.
Yeah.
It's just CAN information. So then we come to here.
I'm
Now
not
this-
sure.
how much-
I don't have a gas gauge. I got a brand new tank with the backflow and they told me that half the tanks they get, the sender doesn't work. And that's what it seems to be. You know, it's right under here.
Right.
And it's so I got to work on that too.
I know from the 62, they're very susceptible to grounds. These cars hate grounds. So if it's got like a bad ground somewhere, that sensor will never be.
Well, you don't have a body ground.
Right.
You have a chassis ground,
Right.
and that's
Well,
it.
you got a couple of them, I think.
So this SD card right here,
Yeah.
never put it back in unless I tell you to. This is only for uploading firmware and doing data logs.
Okay.
So never put it back in. The reason why is when you stick this back in,
It
it's
will
going to
rewrite.
try to revert it
To
from
the
what I
original.
did to the
Yeah.
original.
That's
So
it.
Okay.
leave this for a rainy day if you ever want a data log one day, but know that you're putting it in.
I'm not going to have that anymore.
You will.
Oh, well.
You're
Once
just not
I'm
gonna have
done-
the SD card.
Yeah, just don't put this thing in there. It's going to do no difference to you.
What if they send an upgrade for like this?
A firmware update,
Yeah.
I'm going to do one right now. I'm going to give you the newest software that they have from
Is
Holley.
this the same one as the 2?
No, well, so I'm not going to put it in this car,
Yeah.
but Holley says the version 2 software you can't use the day it was released. That car's been running version 2 since the day it released. But Holley will tell you not to do it because it's got a different computer brain and all this other stuff. That car has no ill effects whatsoever
Okay.
running version 2.
Ooh.
But I wouldn't do it to this car because I don't know if it's going to develop one.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I don't.
Until it's a public release for them to say use it on the Generation 1 snipers, I'm not going to do it.
That
that
car,
would-
your dad shows up every other week with it and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
fix it. This
It's okay.
one, it's a 2-hour drive to come to you.
Right, and if the
Yeah.
thing dies, it's just stupid.
It's dead.
For that reason, to be a test mule for Holley, you know.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because it's always here every day. So
They're gonna. You think they're gonna release a better version?
of the software,
Yeah, to make
I,
a Sniper 1 and 2.
I think what they're going to do is they're just going to integrate version 2 to be for all the snipers.
Yeah.
But they have said don't use it yet. Maybe they're working on it because that car runs fine with it. But there could be some quirks I haven't found yet.
This isn't that. This isn't a race car. It's
Right.
a Hampton car.
Right. But they fix bugs every time they do a firmware update. There could be a little bug in one of the tables that you don't even see. You might not even use the table, but it's there, and that's what they keep releasing updates for.
So let's see what's in the table here.
We're gonna pull out whatever's in here and save it so we don't lose it.
Okay.
That CDI gives it a spark. My wife loves this car. She loves the ZR1 too. We took that on 2 power tours.
Take this one.
We're going to Cruising the Coast.
Cruising the coast.
Yeah. You start off in Mississippi. I may ship the car there and then pick it up in Mississippi. Listen to this. The whole tour is only 45 miles. But it goes from Mississippi and it goes to different towns along the way. It's the biggest.
It's just a rolling car show along the coast.
So what we figured was we would go there: Mississippi, Alabama, Panama City, Florida, go north to Atlanta, pick up the highway, the Deals Gap.
Cherry Skyway 129, all that stuff.
Yeah, and I come home and do Deals.
What's that
Gap,
error message?
You know.
It's not an error. It's telling me you have old firmware.
Oh, okay. So now we're just doing the update.
Yeah.
You know, I should call it off. Maybe 32.
You
What do you think?
You got no rev limiter.
Wait, rev limiter's not in it?
Yeah, it's 20,000 RPM. It's a default. That's
Yeah.
what it just goes to. So we'll set that too. Small block, I mean, these heads are better than the Generation 1 stuff. So the Generation 1 stuff, we would run 36, 38, 40 degrees even, because the chamber doesn't flow anything. So you're not going to detonate it. These, you could probably run them around, I would probably run them around 32, 34.
I wanted like
32, 34 degrees of timing?
Yeah, it's probably where it's going to make its MBT. You can lower it to 30, but you're probably going to lose some performance. You're probably not going to feel it, but...
I was going to go to 32. I said that. I watched those Engine Master shows with the dynos, and it doesn't matter what they're doing to the engine. The maximum they go is like 29 degrees. That's all.
That's standard, like 29, 30 degrees is what I run in a really like hot rodded, naturally aspirated engine. That's generally what I target for the most part. If they're more stock, we'll push them up a little bit just so they burn better and run better. But anything that's real hot rodded, we'll lower them down 28, 29.
So you think I should go about 32?
I would say it's probably where it's going to make its
Then let's do
most
that.
normal power.
Yeah, because I
area is
grew
gonna
up
be around
with
there.
34, 36.
Yeah, with the Gen 1 heads, I mean, even the big block stuff with Glenn Hunter's car, we'll run tons of timing in those things. They make almost 3,000 horsepower, and we got 30 degrees in.
That's right. That's what I
Because
noticed
you
about
have to.
that show. Every time I looked at the engine, what's the timing? It was always 29, 30. And I said, oh, that's smart.
Some guys just lock them out, 30, and run it all the time. Idle, full power, doesn't matter.
So what do you know about the car right now from the Sniper? It's just a default map and...
Oh yeah, it's whatever Sniper pushes out there. This is your fuel graph, which is just the standard Sniper fuel graph.
Well, is it fueling okay? In your professional opinion, do you think it could be tweaked?
Oh yeah, definitely can be. You'd have to do a data log of it to really see what's going on.
Yeah.
You do have a simple timing curve, so there is no timing curve. It's literally 15 degrees at idle. It goes to 36 once you go on the throttle, and then it cruises at 36. It just stays. So we're gonna get rid of the simple and go to a full timing graph.
Okay.
And just interpolate everything in between, so it's actually got a curve to it.
How do we do that?
I'll show you. I'm gonna update the firmware first.
All right, so let's do that.
in what was in there, so we don't have to dilly-dally with any of the nonsense.
All right, so we're up to 1.3 in the version,
Bill
and then
50,
you just
which is the newest that
and then-
Holley has.
What do you mean you're not changing the?
no, yeah.
I just put not yet. I just put back in the tune-up because you can take an old tune-up from
Yeah.
an old firmware and upgrade it to the new stuff.
Yeah.
And put it back in. So right now it's back to the way exactly it was, just with new firmware. This is your learn table.
yeah.
This is everything it's been learning over
Which
the time
is
you've
which?
been driving it. So you see how it's white here and it says 0? That means it's never learned anything there. So you haven't driven here.
What
what
would
is
that
that?
be?
This is a fuel flow percentage change.
No, I mean, what are the white spaces, like RPM over?
Yeah, RPM over map. Everything's RPM over map.
This is redlined at 5100.
Right.
Okay,
So we'll set your rev limiter to be 5100.
please.
You wouldn't set it at 6?
No.
I run that motor to about 5500,
Okay.
5600.
So
I don't think it really does much after 5100, but I run it there.
Well, that's what they
You know
said.
what's
They
funny?
gave me, that there was a crate long block,
Mhm.
and they said, really, that's where to run it. This is a great engine.
Right.
Great reviews, the long block.
you know what's funny is the Pontiac, the 400, red line is 5700, and it's a longer stroke engine than Chevy.
Yeah, but it's camped.
But well, that engine's can't. Well, no, but
So this is
factory
the curve again, where I've
So
been.
this is back to the fuel that you had in it. This
Yeah.
is this is the actual fuel curve of the motor that they've installed in here, right?
Yeah.
And then the learn
It's too much glare.
is this is how much it wants to change it. This is why Holley is so good at giving you a unit, putting it in, plugging it in, sending it some basic information, and letting it run, because it learns on its own. It's not. You
is
can
that
accelerate.
a good curve?
This
Yeah,
means you're way off.
way off.
Way off.
Yeah, I was going to
Like-
say it would be.
Well, if
pulled
you
in, right?
really read the numbers, 45% increase in fuel at once.
Ooh. I don't think the car's getting good gas mileage as it is. I can't tell because the
Well, that's
speedometer
because, remember-
reads 10 low.
But remember, this is closed loop. So the
Yeah.
O2 sensor is reading what's in the pipe,
Yeah.
and it's demanding this much more fuel to make it read where it wants to read.
Ooh.
So your target air fuel ratio is what dictates that. You have it on simple. 12.5 air fuel in an all motor car like this,
Yeah.
it's too fat.
Too fat.
I
Yeah.
run
Oh, I
13.0,
know that.
13.2 even. Like, you don't need that much fuel in a naturally aspirated unit.
That's right.
So the first thing we'll do is, I don't use simple. I use the 2D version. First thing we'll do, this is wide open throttle up here. It's 100 kPa. We can change this to pounds if you want. I like reading in kPa, but
No,
it's
if
up
you
to you.
like, you leave it there.
We'll just go to 13 here, right?
Yeah.
Now, that learn is going to completely change. It's not going to ask for 45% more fuel. It's going to ask for 30% because it's only going to try to go to this target. Before it was trying to go to 12.5, which is a big increase in fuel.
That was telling me what it should be, the fuel air ratio. And then I was watching what it actually
Right,
was. And
right.
it always followed.
Oh yeah, no, the closed loop, that's why what I'm getting back at with Holley being able to plug and play a unit and run it, the closed loop is so powerful that you could take that whole fuel curve and make it 0 and just let the O2 sensor do its thing. And if they're in good shape and the exhaust is sealed and everything, the install's good,
Yeah.
it will almost run perfectly and have zeros in the fuel table.
I have noticed that because the car will still run if the lights are on.
Mm-hmm.
So I have shut the ignition off on the car. The ECU power's down. The car's still running. It keeps running.
When did this?
Last night.
Oh, I told you that. Didn't I tell you that
Like
once
in a
before?
bad ignition switch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a new one. I'm going to have
Yeah.
it.
No, it's so something is pushing power to the ignition through the headlight,
Right.
but it's
It's
when you
backfeeding.
Yeah.
but when you turn the ignition switch off, it's turning the sniper off, but the car's still running.
Right. Because there's still fuel in there.
Yeah.
And enough ignition to keep it going.
Right.
Yeah.
So they do have run-on situations like that. That's a wiring problem.
It is a wiring problem. Yeah. We got to fix that.
Yeah.
But
It's
even
just-
still.
That's another problem.
But that
with
only
these cars.
happened once.
But my point is that there's
Once in a while.
it's not taking any readings from the fuel table at that point. It's just
No.
running off what's
No,
there.
well, because remember, it's not port injected, so the injector doesn't really de-energize. Whatever's still in that manifold
Yeah.
has got to burn.
Oh yeah.
So
You
When
mean
you have-
eventually it would stop?
eventually it'll run out.
Oh yeah, eventually
On a-
it'll run
on
out
a
because there's no
port
fuel
injected-
pump.
Right.
But-
on a
But you can hit the gas; it'll rev up the whole thing. Like it's
Well, that's odd.
yeah,
That's odd.
right. Well, what I'm saying is that you were talking about having nothing in the fuel table, and well, there's nothing in the fuel table.
Right.
The fuel table's off.
Right, but the closed loop shouldn't be working either.
Okay.
Get what I'm saying?
All right. So car has gremlins. Check.
Yes. That's I think pretty standard for wiring in these cars.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So idle, we're gonna go 14.
So this is going to go through a learning curve again with me?
Yes, but what I'm gonna do, and this is where I come into play, is I'm gonna force the learn on, and then I'm gonna turn your learn off, because if it learns bad things,
Yeah.
then the car dies on you. That's the problem with learn. Learn is
Yeah.
great to get you going and get a basic idea of what the fueling of the motor needs to be. After that, I shut it off. That way it never learns again. It'll be in closed loop, different than learn.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Close
you
loop.
set the loop.
Yeah, I set the loop and I set the threshold. So like, let's say the car runs perfect, it's tuned very well, we're all good. I'm gonna set it to be like 10%. So if you ever lose that O2 sensor one day, you probably won't even know it went bad, unless you look at the little screen and you're gonna see it reading 19.0,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be like, how is it reading 19.0? It runs great, because I'm clamping the closed loop.
Yes.
That's what screws a lot of people with snipers. They have exhaust leaks, they develop leaks, and the O2 sensor goes nuts. It learns all kinds of crazy shit, and it overfuels 100%, and the car don't run no more.
Right.
That's sniper failure? What do they call it? You've been snipered?
You've been sniping.
So that'll eliminate that.
I'm gonna eliminate that when we're all said and done here.
Yeah.
The learn will be gone, but the closed loop will be there. So right now, since this was your learn, right?
Yeah.
This is what it wants to be. That means that's what it was doing. We are going to transfer it to the base. Right? Now it's zeros again. I forced the learn into it.
Yeah.
So it should run exactly the way it did
Was
before,
running, yeah.
but without seeing crazy numbers there. Now you see the fuel curve has totally changed.
I
Now
see
it looks
it.
different.
Yeah.
Oh, it does look much.
This is the curve of your motor now. It's starting to naturally build a fuel flow curve in it, which is going to tell me. That's why a lot of times dynos and everything else, I don't use them. Why? If I can see, if you calculate horsepower and torque from this, you can actually see a dyno graph in the fuel graph. I mean, you're looking at the same thing,
Yeah, of course.
you know?
Yeah. The fuel, it gives it the power.
So we'll smooth this all up to make it not look so shitty. But not, your car obviously has max torque and power real early on these motors.
Yeah.
They don't rev to the moon. You know, other maps you'll see,
Yeah, extend it out.
yeah, you'll see this hump happen
Yeah.
way over here because they're high revving motors. These aren't.
No. You know what was great about this engine? They sent me a sheet with it, the whole thing. 381 pound-feet of torque. I went, that's it. That's what I want. I want the torque. I want to twist it. And, you know, you could have a... What does yours put out? 400?
Yeah, probably around 400.
Yeah.
It's probably the same thing as this, honestly, without the nitrous, obviously. But nitrous definitely helps the torque number.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's plenty of power for these cars.
Yeah.
They're so little, it's kind of scary to run them like that anyway.
2800.
Yeah. Volumetric efficiency. And you can always tell when there's a problem with a car when that number exceeds 100 in a big way. So, I don't know if you know how VE-based tuning goes. Do you ever look into that?
Yeah.
So VE-based tuning, the way the computer works is it says, I have a 350 cubic inch engine. I can flow X amount of air out of a 350. Right? If I just turn it without fuel and ignition, forget all of that.
Yeah.
It's an air pump, right? It pumps
That's
air.
what it is.
That's how it runs. So at 100% efficiency, it's 100% efficient. So when I see numbers like 150 efficient,
That's...
how could it be?
Yeah.
It's impossible. It can't be.
So it's burning too much fuel with it?
Right.
What is this? You don't know.
What is this? What?
What is this? Put 100?
Where's
No,
our
it was
VE?
putting 150.
Oh, it was
Yes.
putting... Oh, so that's way too much.
Correct.
Yeah.
So either that tells me two things. It's overfueled,
Yes.
or there might be a slight leak in the O2 system. There could be a couple things that could get that to read like that.
Okay.
But it's telling me that it wants a lot more fuel than it should. We should be around 105% efficiency. 95, anywhere from 95 to 105.
Mhm.
And that's when you know your injector calibration, the battery offsets, all that stuff is right in the background math for it to actually calculate 100%. Because you can, I mean, it'll run perfect at 150%, but that means something in the background is going wrong.
Right.
The original math is not right. So this is 350 cubic inches, right?
Yeah.
Affirmative.
Okay. We'll just go over that quick. 350 cubic inches. You said it's got a stockish cam in it.
It's got a a hydraulic tappet, flat tappet.
Are they
I
aluminum
mean,
heads?
what?
They're aluminum heads or steel heads?
No, cast iron.
Cast iron heads?
Yeah, I didn't want. Everybody told me that the cast iron or for a car like this is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
You agree?
Yeah, for a car like this, yeah. I know they make an aluminum version. That's why I
Yes.
didn't know what
Yeah.
one you got.
Too small.
Yeah, the car, like this is much different from Sweet 62, isn't it?
It's not much, but it is. This steering wheel, you're right, is
Way too bad.
way too bad.
When they made these in racing versions, 56 and 57, the first thing everybody said was move the steering wheel in.
Right.
I don't know what. Everybody then was 5'10" and was 5'7" and
100 pounds.
150 pounds.
Yeah. Not anymore.
No,
I told you I have to take the seat out of it to drive it.
So you get that better steering wheel.
Oh, yeah. Well, even still, I don't know. It's legroom that's really the killer for me because
yeah,
I got long legs. The shifter is under my knee.
Also, it idles high, doesn't it? 850, is that where it should?
We can lower it. I like them as low as possible. The problem is with stick shift cars, when they ramp down, sometimes it'll cause them to stall if you have to see them.
What do you think, 700?
We can go 700, you know, let's go right now.
Boy, that's the curve you locked in.
Yeah, it's running right off. There's 750.
Fine.
So what are you changing there?
Fueling.
Okay.
Now I'm putting this also into a second set of injectors off, so it doesn't fire the rear barrel. It's just firing the front. Also helps with fuel spray.
Oh,
And then
that's
it
not
opens.
bad to do.
Do you
that?
No.
do you have to tune it differently for the secondary?
Yes,
progressive?
the only thing that I have to know before we even do this is that a split manifold?
Is it a? It's not a single stage. It's a.
It's a dual plane. It's a dual plane.
It's a dual plane,
plane.
but does it come all the way up to the sniper? Or is there a gap?
No, there's supposed to be a gap. I was gonna grind it out. I don't know if it has that. A lot of people put spacer bars on
Right.
them, but I can't even close the hood.
Right. So this manifold is gullied out.
Yeah. So you took that piece out.
This manifold didn't have it. It already
Oh.
dropped down about a half an inch.
Yeah.
So if it's a true dual plane manifold, it'll have a problem with this.
I will.
It will, if it's a true dual plane.
So why don't we take the air cleaner off and take a look inside?
Okay. Let's do that. This also takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, hold it. There's a washer there.
This is the one that came off?
Yeah.
Gold. Gold.
It's
Gold.
gold.
Yeah, that's the only time it'll be an issue.
Where it's still.
If it's a true dual plane manifold.
We can see that.
You can see if it's all the way up or all
'Cause I was-
slightly down.
See, everything I read said use a dual plane. And then I read an article where it said cut dual plane, where
Right.
it goes in 3/4 of an inch, grind it out.
That's so because the fuel just gets thrown
Yeah.
around in there.
Yeah.
So if they're shared, you don't have a problem with progressive linkage. If they're not shared, you'll turn off the back half of the motor.
Oh, that's not good.
You'll know right away.
Okay.
Now if you open them,
So what do you want?
it don't look like that
thing's dual
plane at all.
Is what?
Wait, don't catch my finger in there.
No, doesn't look like there's even a divider.
I don't feel one. I can't get my hand in
That
there.
is
You can look down in there.
That's a Chinese copy of a Holley, Edelbrock.
this way. Oh, going side to side?
Going front to back. It goes like this.
Can you see if it is all the way up to the
flange.
yes?
It doesn't matter. So with the progressive, it would be feeding these two or these two, right?
Yes.
It'd be feeding the front two.
It would still feed the whole motor.
It would be side to side. It wouldn't split them, so it would work.
What we can know for sure, I have a hook thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, borescope?
I have a borescope. I just do it by feel with a hook.
But I have a hook thing also.
Okay.
Yeah. Slide gap.
Yeah. See, like you can see it through this barrel if you want to look.
No, I can see it moving when you do it. I see it dropping.
More towards there's bigger gap back here than there is in the front one.
Well, let's try it. Let's put it on.
Okay.
You'll know.
You'll know.
Yeah, it only run on a couple cylinders.
This starts up and doesn't run right wheel.
Oh, it will. You have the cotter pin and shit?
Give me the one I gave you.
So it's literally just an arm, a change in the
It's just a change in the angle of the arm.
and it goes from being a straight linear linkage to a progressive.
Yep. And then there's a
That's
setting
weird.
inside the laptop that I'm going to change to progressive linkage.
Okay.
We're going to measure where the TPS actually
Wait a
starts
second.
engaging it.
So Holley has a setting in their software for progressive linkage for the Sniper that they don't offer a progressive linkage on.
Correct. Because they know.
All right.
And then what it's going to do is it's going to take throttle position. They're
Yeah.
usually that one's probably going to be 45% throttle
Okay.
position, where it starts opening the secondary. I'm going to tell the computer that, and the computer's going to know to turn on the back set of injectors.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's only running on the front.
Correct.
I got you. That's why it's important to have that gap.
Yes. But your dual plane is this way, so it wouldn't matter anyway. It's not this way,
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
going to feed both sides regardless.
But will it be fueling
Yes.
like the right
Yes.
when it's not using it?
What?
So if it's split lengthwise,
You
right?
got it?
One injector feeds one bank, the other one feeds the other bank,
Right.
versus front half of the motor, back half of the motor.
Okay. I'm trying to figure this out in my head. So so it'll still be spraying just the front on both sides of the divider, and then it'll spray all four on both sides. Oh, okay, got it.
Okay.
Got
We put the
That's it.
we put the air cleaner back on, or what do we do?
Oh, let me see how it works.
Now look at your secondary blade, right?
Okay, yeah.
Nothing,
Now it goes.
nothing. Now it goes.
Yeah.
So
How
before,
far open does it go though?
all the way.
45.
What do you mean? How far open? It goes all the way.
Oh, it'll go all the way when
Yeah.
you dip into it. Okay.
So I just got to set the parameter in the ECU.
All right.
Yeah, it's up in the cal.
Okay. Here's the. See this?
It goes this
See
way.
this? Yeah, because
I noticed it.
I put the inspection. I had a cut
Ah.
because I
the
put the
linkage.
extension,
Yep.
and I can't find one. Who makes it? Let me see. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the part he doesn't tell you is that
There's
he had
no
a
stud.
he had a
Where's
rubber
the stud?
flap in there to
Yeah.
try to close it
Where's
up as
the
much as
stud?
possible, and it
Bobby,
jammed.
slowly.
You want me to
Actually,
keep the air cleaner off or on?
tell me, can you see the secondary linkage?
No,
Take it off.
not really. Yeah, what am I telling you?
Stand by.
You want to see the second?
You gotta tell me as soon as the secondary starts to open. Give me a second.
He's going to do it by the linkage, Dad. You don't have to put your finger in it.
Then I could feel the secondary move.
All right, I'm gonna slowly open it. You ready?
Yeah. There it is.
Right there.
Right there, it started to move.
So 40%.
40%. Good.
All right, you can put the air cleaner and stuff back on.
Look how mild it is.
Oh, that's so much better. That is a lot better.
I told you.
Oh, that is way smoother. See what I mean about it sounds weird? This car? Yeah. Oh, the trans is awesome. See, hear that noise?
It's annoying.
Yeah. Well, that's why I want to put it up on the lift and see what it is. Before it was seatbelt bolts, but
That's raw fuel. Smell that?
yeah,
That's the gas tank.
it is the gas tank.
Yeah.
See, he doesn't believe me. I told
That's
him the
not
whole
the
way.
engine.
Well, he
I know
just filled it up before we got here.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Okay.
Anytime you fill it up high like that, they always smell.
Yeah.
Mine does the same
Well,
exact shit.
the ring on it was loose when we. A friend of mine came over to the house and was helping him with something. Was like, "Hey, this car smells like fuel just sitting here."
Mhm.
So he took the cover off, and the ring was loose where the sending unit was. So they tightened that all down, but I don't know that that's even like fully. But whatever. How do you like the trans?
It's nice.
It's so
I
nice.
really want mine to be stick.
Yeah.
Especially now.
But the thing I hate about this car is that where this stick is, my knee is directly over it.
Right. Yeah, it's still a tiny car no matter which way you look at it.
Right. That's the old Chris Farley joke. Fat guy in a little car.
Hit that clipboard for me.
Oh, okay. Alright, I did. How do I know if it's working?
Oh, it is. It turns red.
Oh, it did not turn red.
It did. You just hovered
Okay.
over it. Brakes suck.
Yes. Yes, they do. Do you get that sinking feeling when you
Yeah.
get like that first inch of travel and nothing happens?
You don't know when the thing's gonna actually break versus not break.
Right. And then when you hit it and you're like, oh, please don't lock up. You know? Like, don't be an on-off switch. So is it on?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this turns red. Okay.
Yep. The little clipboard does.
All right.
Even if the laptop disconnects, it's still saying that. Plus, I'm gonna pull over on that lot over there.
Okay.
Check it.
it is. Drive shaft hitting the floorboard.
Meant to go here.
Hmm?
Sorry.
It's okay. So what is the data log?
Of course I can't see shit. The data log is logging everything that's going on in the car.
Okay.
Ooh, minus 15%.
Minus 15%?
See what I'm saying? When you have background shit done right,
Yeah.
that's going to lower that VE number to what it should be. So my target's 13.0 and we're at 10.8.
Okay.
So with Holley, you go back and you can see this is the overlay.
Oh, I see.
That's the actual overlay on the fuel graph of what we just did. Obviously, there's a...
Boy, that's all over the place.
Well, that's because it was a lot of driving up and down.
Yeah.
I can narrow it down to be just where we did a wide open throttle pull. Let's just say right here, right?
Yeah.
Want to see that area?
Sure. That's not terrible.
No, but it tells me we need a reduction of a bunch of fuel up there,
Okay, yeah, that's...
which makes sense because it was showing me 150% VE, and that's not right. So we'll give it a 15% reduction, then we'll do another log on the way back, and then we'll check the log.
Okay.
Of course, drives exceptionally well.
Doesn't it?
It does.
Well, you know, it helps that everything's new.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's got 1,600 miles on it. Yeah, that's, see?
That's drive shaft. It's the yoke hitting it.
Top.
That's alright.
I think, you know what though? The trans mount might not be solid or tightened up. So,
Okay. Well, no.
we'll take a look. Boy, that runs so much better.
Put some diesel fuel in it too, so it's not fueling while you're coming down to a stop.
Okay.
So it might have a couple little pops. Don't tell your dad when it's
That's fine.
deselling.
Yeah.
It's a little tuner
Oh,
boy.
are you gonna give me the crackle tune?
Yeah, not like what the little tuner boys do, but
Right.
we'll try to pull a bunch of fuel out of it so it's not just fueling while it's coming down.
Which it has been doing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Because the learn only works so good.
Right.
It still thinks you're trying to hit a target,
Okay.
even though you're off the throttle. And Sniper doesn't offer decel fuel. Like I can turn the injectors off under decel conditions on Terminator X, Dominator, HP. You can't on a Sniper.
Huh. That's
So I actually
interesting.
got to pull it out of the fuel table. Aggressive linkage though, boy.
It made a huge difference, huh?
Yeah, it's manageable. You know, the throttle still feels like shit on these because they're just old junk.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's able to drive so easily, even with a shitty throttle,
Yeah.
like you can control it.
Right. BMW sport bike. Those things are animals. You still riding? You gave up?
Yeah, I was gonna get hurt.
You were gonna get killed?
Yeah, I was hurt a bunch of times. And
I know, I remember.
I was probably not going to be on this earth very long if I kept going. Okay, what we saw earlier.
Yeah.
So remember the numbers were like in the 40 percentile,
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
Look at the numbers now.
Yeah. I see.
So my goal as a tuner is to tuna fish is to try to get every car within 5% on the closed loop. So this is to learn. It's showing roughly within 5%. We'll make it even better right now, and then we'll turn learn off, and we'll leave closed loop at 5 to 10%. So it never changes from what's in here right now.
Oh, good.
It's a good film.
Now we're at 100%.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So-
said
Well, we were at
before-
150 before.
150. Yeah.
Yeah.
VE. And I was showing him a pretty neat feature with the overlays. So this is like a run we just did,
Yeah.
right? Pretty good power run.
How did it feel?
Felt good.
It's
Nice
a
and
good
cool.
engine, right?
Yeah. So here, this is like, let's say this is actually third gear. Yeah, I think this is third gear. We can overlay that onto the actual map and see exactly what it did where.
Yeah.
And you see our numbers are coming back in line. 115, 114, they were 150 before.
Yeah. You think I'm going to get better gas mileage too?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
You don't have a muscle car for the gas mileage though.
I think it's getting about, when I pulled in here, I thought it was getting 10 miles a gallon.
That's good.
No, it isn't.
Well,
I think
actually,
it's good.
wait a
It's
second.
better than anything I own.
You know what the GTO? you know what mileage the GTO got on the Power Tour?
7.
12.4.
That's not bad.
No.
I think anything in double digits is good.
Actually, you know what's funny about that is Austin has a 70 with a 400. No, 455. He's like, my car got 14 on Power Tour. 14 miles per gallon. I'm like, get out of here, man. Your car lives at the shop.
That's why you just bring him along and you have him lean it out on the highway.
Dude, I did that with a stock quadrijet that I'm sure has a million air leaks. You know.
up here, I'm going to pull an additional 5%.
Oh, this is tightening it down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're going to...
170 the whole way. The car looks so good. I hated the grills falling down.
the grill. The grill's not beating us.
Yeah, it fell down.
I know you guys are having problems with it when I was up.
Well, because it's heavy.
Yeah.
So
It's only like sandwiched in there. It's not like
yeah, it's a sandwich. It's plate sandwiches. It's not small plates.
It's probably going to smell.
Pure methanol coming right out that pipe.
At night, it's a
Do you
pain
use
because
you don't use E85, of course. Do your friends that use it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cheaper than race gas, and
Oh, yeah.
forget it.
There's just free horsepower in methanol. That's why we use it. Because it's got oxygen in it.
Yeah, yes. The that's very interesting. That I always said, why aren't these people running E85? You don't have the octane.
Glenn
problems?
Hunter's 56, the Bel Air, the twin turbo car.
Yeah.
That's the 85.
Yeah, that.
Because he
and-
street drives it all over the place.
Yeah, that's the way to go. And oh, but it'll lead up the it ate the injectors on my ZR1. So I put Excels in.
Right.
Everybody's going, that's the
Clean
one
them
to
every
put
once
in.
in a while.
Not the Bosch or not that. Put those in. Work great. Work great.
You
And they're
use-
set up.
You're using atomizers, right?
Now, but I had 210s in last year.
Those seats aren't as fluffy either, to us.
Well, you don't have.
We
frames
just
behind
bought wide guy seats. They're going to be coming in a week or a couple of weeks.
just a little bit.
Just a little. Put the extender on the front one by the little extender.
Short one?
Yeah, the short one.
That goes right on the frame, right? Yep. Because I have a motorcycle jack that I put on the frame, and it lifts the whole side of the car up.
Right. Yeah, this is easy because you don't have side pipe.
Where on the frame you going?
I go like right here, right before it starts to curve. And then the back, I put it on the pocket where like the control arm hooks up.
We're pretty much even right here, right?
Yeah.
Hey, this car doesn't have a control arm.
Oh, you'll see. It's like a anti-sway bar. What the hell is it called?
This one doesn't have a sway bar either.
This doesn't have a rear.
Where the leaf spring hooks up to it.
Yeah, okay.
You see the pocket with the frame right there?
Yeah.
That's where I go.
You're putting it right on the leaf spring? Right up
Like it's
on the frame rail, right by the leaf spring bracket?
in board of the leaf spring bracket.
Yeah.
Just watch it, make sure it hits at the body. Good.
Yeah. Good.
Not hitting the body?
No.
No air. You see YouTube where Corvette is working on the
And
front?
these cars are front heavy, so they get weird. Where you
Yeah,
put
but
them
Right
he's,
off-
he's
right
talking
in the
about the guy
garage.
unloading from a truck, and he drives it right off the back. He drives a 62 right off the back of the truck. And you see the whole thing just hit and pancake. It's awful.
No, basically.
Trying to get these in order. They actually work really good.
So what's hitting?
I don't know what we should.
This
Oh, it's
right
resting.
here.
It's resting the body right there. Look at this. There and there. Look at the. Well, it might be because it's that full of droop.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's hitting the washer too. It was hitting the washer, yeah. There.
And the body there. Looks like the front yoke is hitting right there.
Yeah.
So that's not from the seat.
It's actually hitting it. No, it's under full extension. You can actually see it's pressed against the
washer
body.
and nut, it's gone on this side. It was hitting it.
Wait,
No,
We've put
this
all
should
kinds
be-
of big guys in that car, and that car's got lowering blocks on it. And it's got the same everything here.
That's got the transverse leaf. One that goes this way, no?
No.
It has
No.
these?
Yeah.
I thought it had the transverse leaf.
63.
nope.
So it's hitting because the tranny's longer.
Yes.
Okay.
Tough one to figure out.
Can we maybe get a different trans mount and lower it a little bit?
Then you gotta change
No,
you
you're
gotta
gonna
change
hit
your
the-
pin angle.
No,
It's in
no.
the
Then you
frame.
got
And you got the frame right here. You ain't lowering that much at all.
Oh, that's
cut
true.
that away.
That metal
No.
plate is there
The
if it
frame.
It's a doubler
shatters.
too. That's
Well, that metal plate says if the yoke explodes,
Yeah, it stays in.
it doesn't go through the fiberglass.
What if it? Do they make a shorter tail shaft housing for this thing? You can lengthen the drive shaft.
Oh, no.
Because that's a long tail shaft.
It is really long.
But
What's
that's
this
right. The
connector
top
here?
loader's right there. That's why.
What's this connector right here?
That's vehicle speed, output shaft speed. For,
Yeah, there's cable and electric and
Okay.
electronic. Oh, so this is a big problem.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like it's hitting here,
this far back.
right here. See this yoke on that side?
Yeah, it's the yoke. It's the yoke hitting the side right here.
Yeah. So
You can see the mark right here on the plate,
yeah.
and you can see the marks on over here. You can see a mark.
So if I cut that back,
Yeah, but the problem is you want that plate. Unless you move that plate, it's almost
Inside.
like a drive shaft tube. Put it on the inside of
Yes,
the.
that's what I was
It'll
saying.
give you that much more clearance.
Yeah.
This is where mine was welded too. That's where it was cracked all underneath.
Oh, okay.
Same place.
Yep.
Yep.
Because this mount is trying to tear, the
Tear it
motor's
off,
trying to
yeah.
tear away from it. And it's got the whole weight of the front end on it.
Yeah.
So this frame rail gets real beat up.
how does that look?
I mean, it looks
It's
newer,
been
but
repaired.
somebody repaired it. You can see the MIG weld around it and up it. I'm
Well,
pretty
this
sure
was
everyone did
this
that.
was a tilt front end car at one point, so who knows? It may have had
yeah.
a straight
It was a
axle in
gas-
it.
Yeah, so somebody fucked around with it.
It-
Because this isn't factory weld, some of this.
Yeah, it may have had a straight axle in the
You should
front.
see how much welding and plating we did on the front of that car.
There's plates all the way along this.
But I don't have to worry about that.
No. No, that one was cracked. Like you could see it
This
visually,
is-
it was cracked.
What's that?
Yeah. The isolator. Try to tighten it up.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a isolator for the radiator support to the.
Oh,
Like
well,
the
yeah.
Pitman arm and stuff like that.
Is it loose?
I don't know. I'm gonna put a wrench on it and find out.
Yeah, that looks loose.
Because the shims came out of it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I'll put a wrench
I
on
mean,
it.
there's still 1,600 miles on the car, so it's still teething problems.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to keep checking it.
I don't know about back here. Oh yeah, it was like this.
So it was loose?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Can we get a bar in there and move it over? Yeah.
That's not too close again.
Bobby, try to tighten up that trim.
Ooh, I thought I saw it move.
It did, but it's spinning the drive shaft.
Yeah, I see it moving here.
You want me to tighten the trans
Try
mount?
to
while you
tighten
do
it
that?
up. Yeah, it's equidistant right now.
What size was that? Do you remember?
It's right
It's
here.
on the floor here.
Tighten it up real good like that.
You got it? Ready?
Yep. Good?
Yeah.
Still comes back a little bit.
Is it still hitting though?
It's not hitting right now, but I don't know what it's going to do when it,
It's going to move further away because it hits when it goes, you know.
Well,
when
we moved it like a solid good amount. It was touching it before, literally resting on it, so we moved it a solid 1/4 inch. So it might just be, just good enough.
might be.
Might be. At least you know what it is. This exhaust pipe might be hitting too.
This exhaust pipe might be hitting over here.
That's why I hated it through the frame,
I know.
because it rattled.
Yeah, these cars make noise that they shouldn't.
Everything's so compact and tight that it's.
Wait, did you see wobble in the front wheel, or was it you were checking?
I was looking at it. I was just checking it. It's got a little play, but it's a manual box and stuff.
38 probably.
Yeah, but it's not a wheel bearing or a joint or
No, no,
anything.
no. No, it's actually here.
Oh, I see.
See, it's in the box.
How come?
Just they do that sometimes. Mine does that too.
Yeah, I think they said that to me.
These are all loose.
Oh, the exhaust mounts? Oh, this one's slotted. You can actually move it up a little bit.
It was hitting before when you put it on.
Yeah.
Now it's not.
That is weird.
Pull it.
It's always something.
All summer, you drive it all summer, it's fine. And as soon as it sits for a couple months in the wintertime,
Yeah.
you're working on it.
Go to
Yeah.
start it, it's got oil leaks, shit's smoking, things are on fire.
Yeah.
And the guy was just sitting there burning me down. I'm on the chip, on the trans brake, bumped in, he's just sitting there. And they didn't have it on auto start. So they're just waiting for him. I counted in my head to like 8 seconds on the chip, which is an eternity.
Yeah.
And I just went. I just went. So we got to the end of the track and I was like, dude, this is qualifying.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to burn me down like that? And he was like, oh, you know, I'm sorry. He wasn't like a dick about it, but he wasn't like...
He wasn't nice about it either.
I was like, come back to my pit, change my transmission fluid now, because it's fucking burned up because of it.
Yeah.
And it just went back. I was like, how do they let fucking cars like that even in this race? Oh, it was bad. And Bobby came back and was like, come on, it's working, let's go.
Right.
So we had to go back, change the transmission fluid.
Right. What's the last bit that we have to do here?
I'm just turning off the closed loop, or the learn.
Okay. And you set the rev limiter?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll review it.
What will it do when it hits the rev limiter?
Just hit like a new car does.
Oh, well, okay.
It's spark cut.
Okay, so it just, you feel it, you know you're
Oh
doing
yeah. Oh yeah.
Doesn't hurt it, right?
Nah, it's a soft cut. 5100 is the real one.
Yeah. Well, that's what they said, not what we're doing.
So we're all wrapped up.
Good to go, man.
She looks good. She run good?
That's good. I think so.
That progressive's gonna work, huh? All right. Well, let's
Well,
go.
it's working now. I felt it right away. As soon as I let the clutch out, I said, oh, wait, there's no stumble here. There's no, like, too much gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Again, thank you very much. All right. Pleasure.
Enjoy.